have different personalities online? I'm really interested in this question because one of the key areas of my research is in personality and success potential and behavior in the workplace. So I'm interested in whether or not people behave the same way online and in person. And do they have the same kind of behavioral thought and communication patterns on the internet as they would, in person or in the real world? And we see that people actually have really consistent patterns of behaving, thinking, acting, and communicating, and these are represented really well online. So we can actually look at people's behavior on social media, and we can see that those behavioral patterns are very consistent with the way they act online and offline. Right, so whether it's personality traits or in some cases personality disorders, we can see how those translate pretty clearly between online and offline contexts. Right, so if people are highly conscientious, they're highly organized, they have a very good work ethic, they're very good at motivating themselves, then they tend to think and act and communicate in that way. And we see they might probably think a little bit more conscientiously about what they're posting online, why, and when. Whereas people with lower conscientiousness might be a bit more impulsive about what they're posting. People with higher adjustment, we might be able to see that online. Whereas if people are highly stressed, worried, anxious all the time, they're also likely to speak about that, talk about that online and communicate in a way that reflects it. The same is true of personality disorders. So, for example, someone who's a bit narcissistic. It's really easy to see how that manifests online because they're probably posting more about themselves, more photos of themselves or videos of themselves online, but also highly sensitive to criticism and highly sensitive to their image and how it's kind of posted and processed and understood online. Whereas some other people who are a bit more, have impulsive personality disorders, may be more likely to be posting things that are potentially illegal or discouraged online without worrying about the consequences of those. And because that online behavior happens over a long period of time, if people have, social media profiles or different activity online over long periods of time, we can see those consistent patterns of behavior. And we can see how those relate to, self-report assessments or kind of in-person assessments of personality or personality disorder. We see those long-term patterns of behavior that are highly consistent whether people are online or offline. And even though people can kind of modify, delete old posts, change stuff, kind of modify their image online, the way people do that, especially the patterns of how people do that online over a long period of time, are really consistent with their kind of core personality traits and disorders. So although there are a lot of opportunities to kind of present a very specific type of image and to polish or change or revise that image based on what you want to show to people online, it is actually very consistent with people's personality traits.